Welcome back to Guns and Gains. We got a nice video today. Today we're reviewing the Versa-Grips versus the
Cobra Grips.
Both of these products claim to increase your grip at the gym. We put them through their paces. I've had mine for probably a couple months. And how long? You've had yours for a few weeks.
Yeah, I got mine because you ordered mine right after you got yours. Because we wanted to
not too far after I got mine. So if you're looking for a way to improve your grip in the gym and you don't want to use standard lifting straps and you're considering either one of these products, the Cobra Grips or the Versa Grips, stay tuned to Guns and Gains and we'll give you our thoughts on which one you should buy.
Alright, so here we go. First we're going to do the Cobra Grips, which are the ones I decided to go with. So with the Cobra Grip, I was looking at it, what to put in it with the Cobra Grip. The flap here is 4 inches.
The Cobra.
The Cobra back part of it.
Yeah.
It's 4 inches across. Look, you can see I've been using it for quite a while as my Cobra has faded. It's double stitched.
Yes.
Can you see that in the? Yes, you can actually. Look hard, people.
There we go.
Hard.
You can see it now.
Yeah, it's double stitched. The pad is, what do you say, 1.5?
The strap is
1.5. The pad is probably more like 2 to 2.5.
Yeah. You get lots of pad. I like that you get lots of padding on there.
See how thick that padding is? That really protects your wrist. Really helps your wrist feel secure and in place when you're using them. That's one of my favorite features about it. I really think that's it. I mean, your traditional Velcro strap for this lifting straps holds pretty good. They don't slip. I definitely can say this, regardless of whichever one you're using, these are better than your traditional strap that you have to wrap around a bar.
Absolutely.
Big time. Whichever
Whichever one you decide is best for you. Once you go with these, you will not go back to standard lifting straps. I promise you. So, is that your...
That's my spiel.
That's your description on those. So we'll go to the Versa Grips now. As you can see, not as much padding as the Cobra Grips. It's decent padding, but it's not, like I said, it's not as much as the Cobra Grips. Throw the Cobra Grips up there. So right here, padding. Right here, you got just a little bit of couple squares.
Get it out of here. Okay.
Couple squares, and on the Cobra Grips, you go all the way around inside there. And then the actual strap part here is not as thick. It's probably...
Oh, you didn't measure yours?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, my bad. Let's do that right now.
Let's do it on camera right now.
Here we go.
Right for you guys.
So we're gonna start at the thickest part of it. So put it there, and it's a whole inch.
Yep, it's an inch,
about an inch
less,
shorter.
but it is contoured to your hand better, I will say.
I'll give it that one.
So you put your hand right here, and your thumb has a nice spot to get over there. The strap is the same thickness as the Cobra Grips, is 1.5 inches. Nice and strong. The stitching is not as high quality, I will say. Zoom and focus action, please.
Let me hit it again.
Yeah. So you got single stitching all around, whereas the Cobra Grips are double stitched. I have not had any issues with the stitching so far, so we'll see if that becomes an issue. But so that's a little bit of description of each one. So do you want to jump into the comparison here?
Let's do that.
We've got 5 talking points here, and we're going to, I guess we'll have a winner, because one will have more, hopefully.
That's right.
So first is design and materials.
Design and materials. Okay, so
you want to tackle the first one? The main part of these would be
the strap,
the grip part. So yours is more
covers more.
Yours covers more of your hands.
Yep. Which entail covers whatever you're lifting. Covers more whatever you're lifting. We talked about the stitching going to this portion.
I guess it would be design and materials.
Yeah. So we say the stitching, the double stitching. So it gives you that feel that one will be around longer than the other. One of the things that is different about yours that I wish mine had is the tactileness of it all.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear it at all, but it's like almost like a receiver glove in the tackiness of this part. Yours is just more
just smooth
leathery. It's not a bad feeling by any means, but it doesn't feel as secure as the tackiness of the Versa Grips.
Well, here we'll give you a visual description, so to speak. He was able to almost let go of the bar. What was 135 pounds on it?
It was 135 pounds.
Yeah.
I had the grips on, and I had one finger on the bar, and I was able to hold the bar and securely.
I don't have that option.
Which is, I mean, you're not going to be doing that a lot in the gym. I hope not, showing off like that. But it is nice to know that you have that secure of a grip with these Versagrips.
Yeah. So,
the straps. The straps are pretty much the same.
We said straps are. They're both Velcro.
Both Velcro. Yours has a little more Velcro on there than mine.
Yeah, it goes a long way around, which lends to I think it was 8. Mine goes up to an 8-inch wrist.
Yep.
A little bit over 8-inch wrist.
Versagrips, you will have to size your wrist. I think I got the large size. My wrists aren't that big, but they have different sizes, so you have to measure your wrist to get the correct size. Otherwise, your grips will not fit. Whereas Cobra Grips are one size fits all, basically.
Here.
Which is nice, so you don't have to worry about getting the wrong size.
Which sucks when you're ordering stuff.
Right, especially ordering stuff online, you can't return it as easily, you know. And then
that may be another part of the video that we just dove into a little bit.
True. And then the last part, I think, is the padding.
The padding thickness.
I think we went into that a little bit, but Cobra Grips has a lot of padding, as you can see.
All the way through.
All the way around.
All the way through. I think the thickness is about the same, though.
The thickness,
we didn't
this
measure
way,
that.
this way, that thickness right here is the same. But as far as width and height and all that,
no.
I think the Cobra Grips definitely win in that department. So if you had to pick one, which has the better design, which has the better materials?
Man, I would have to give it to the Cobra Grip because it has more materials.
I would agree. I would agree that the Cobra Grips definitely has more.
Has more stitching.
Better stitching, a better padding.
Wider padding, which I don't know. That could be case by case. It really could depend on you.
It's more comfortable. Sorry, I can't jump into that because that's the next part. It depends. Like everything, it depends on you what you want in your grips.
But definitely with the padding and just how much the padding covers the wrist.
I'd say the stitching is great.
How much Velcro you get.
The only win I give the Versagrips is the tackiness on there. But I think for design and materials, we got to go with the Cobra Grips.
Cobra for that.
Yep. All right. So moving on to number 2, we have comfort.
Oh man. So jumping right into it, back to the wrist pad.
Right.
We tried each other's grips. We did try each other's grips.
We tried each other's grips.
I definitely love the fact that this goes around my entire. Let's see if I can show that on the video really good here. I don't want to ratchet it. Without showing, it goes around my entire wrist.
Yep. The only part that's not covered is the part where you will cinch the
strap down. Yep. So that's it. It goes around my entire wrist. Versus the Versagrip.
It basically covers the back part of your wrist. That's it. So the padding is right here, and then on the other side, it basically covers the sides of your wrist.
So triangle versus circle, what you're dealing with there.
Yep.
So with that made a big deal for me when I used his versus using mine. I just felt really secure. I felt my wrist was in place. I felt it wasn't going to move around on me. Wrist-wise, not the weight, just my wrist being supported, my ligaments.
I guess the other thing is when you use the Versagrips, they kind of, if you don't have them tight enough, they kind of slide a little bit on your wrist. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, definitely, because I did tell you I felt the pressure.
Yeah,
I did feel the pressure.
Feel a little bit of pressure on your wrist, but I kind of like that a little bit. I mean, if I'm using super heavy weight, I wouldn't like it as much, but if I'm using 225 or rowing 185 or whatever, it's perfect because it lets me know that I have this part nice and tight under my hand.
And it's holding the weight.
And it's holding the weight for me securely. So, I mean, comfort, I think we got to go Cobra Grips again, right?
Oh, man. So, all right, Cobra, way to go.
Cobra Grips, the second win for the Cobra Grips. So the Versagrips are not looking too good right now, right? So next up, we have Versatility. So
all right.
This is kind of a broad topic, I guess. So, I mean, both are advertised that you can use them for pushing and pulling movements. Would that be fair to say?
Yes. According to the descriptions.
According to the descriptions on the website. So you can either use the grip on the palm of your hand and then set the bar here, like that.
Let me throw my left hand. Sorry.
You can use them like that, or you can use them like this, and the bar would go in between. This would sit in between your hand and the bar, and you would lock it on. We'll have to insert a video of us. I have a video of you putting how you put the Cobra Grips on. So I have a video. I'll put that in.
Oh, you got that? Cool.
Yeah, I'll put that in so you can see how to attach your wrist. to the bar. But
we talking versatility here.
Versatility.
Okay. So one of the things. That's all right. One of the things that we tested while we were there, even though we were doing back day when we were testing them, because they're mainly for pulling, was that would they replace a wrist strap? For those of you that don't know what a wrist strap is, that's a completely different review. But real quick, it protects your wrist. It still protects the wrist from bending too far back, so it gives support. I had Mike try it on. I tried it on actually during a chest day. In my opinion, it didn't provide the support I get from my actual wrist straps.
No.
But
I agree with that.
But in comparison here with the Versagrips, I would say the Versagrips provide next to zero.
I wouldn't say
zero.
It's
you want to say zero?
Zero.
Okay.
It's not terrific. I wouldn't use them. Like if I'm doing a chest and back superset workout, yes, I would use them. But if I had the option, I would definitely go with either the Cobra Grips or just straight up wrist straps, for sure. But so I mean, in a pinch, could you use? I mean, this is kind of a wash to me.
I agree. The only thing I think that makes it a little different is I have the extra leather.
That's true.
That goes around right here.
So I mean,
there's a leather piece around the padding that doesn't exist on the Versagrip.
I mean, ideally, you wouldn't want to use either one for chest day unless you're really trying to protect your hands and not get calluses on your fingers, your lady hands.
Women buy gloves.
You could, yeah, you can buy gloves.
Buy gloves, ladies. Guys, suck it up.
So I mean, I guess it's kind of a wash. I mean,
unless you're a massage therapist. If you're a massage therapist, don't do calluses. No one likes that. But yeah, I would give it a wash. I will wash it out because that's at the end of the day that one little thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable doing 225 with these.
No, I wouldn't either.
You know, so yeah, we're gonna give it to neither one. We're gonna give that a big what is that? A cat. We're gonna give that a cat.
Yep. So I guess we'll give 1 point each for that.
Right.
So we have it'd be 2-1 in favor of the Cobra Grips right now.
2.5 to 1. Oh no, I thought I won 2 categories.
This would be 3-1, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So 3-1. That's my fault. 3-1.
All right.
So next we made up a board for this next one, didn't we? Functionability.
Man, and I don't. What were we making it up for? What were we gonna do that with?
I guess how well it does its job.
Right. Which at the end of the day,
which is making sure. What am I trying to say?
Securing the bar.
Securing your grip.
Yeah, securing the grip, securing the bar.
Yours has that right on your right there. Secure your grip. Show them.
It does. It does have that. Where is it at?
Right there.
You see? Oh man, look at that big red letters. I missed it.
Secure your glasses. So
there's a lot of advertisement on this one.
Yeah.
Too bad we didn't make that.
There's a website on there.
Yeah, it is. Cobra. What is it? Grip Power Pads.
Yep.
Dang it, you guys are welcome for that.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Wasn't really.
So I mean, how well do they help your grip?
I'm gonna concede defeat. I'm just gonna give it to Versagrips because
of this tackiness.
Yeah, the tackiness automatically hands down.
Right. If you're not considering the pads, anything else, just the
fact of what they're supposed to do.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Go Versagrips.
I gotta have one in here. I gotta have one clear win here.
I can't even argue it. I couldn't argue it. So it goes right to Versagrips. You want to throw it up there.
So Versagrips on functionability, how well they do their job. Definitely the way to go here in our mind. So last but not least, price/value.
Cost effectiveness.
Yes. I knew you were going to throw that in there.
He did. He
so,
knew it. Worked too hard to think of that word.
I'm looking at Amazon right now.
We are looking at Amazon right now. Oh, no. What's the point of we? Well, yeah, because...
I'm looking at Amazon for the Versagrips.
I'm looking at Amazon for the...
So right now, if you can see that. Maybe not. There we go. Yep. Right now, $54.95 for the Versagrips. I will say, the only reason I bought the Versagrips in the first place was because on bodybuilding.com, they were 50% off. So,
half.
So that was what, 28 bucks I paid for them. So, would I pay $54.95 for them? I'm not going to tell you just yet. That's called a tease. So, how much are the Cobra Grips?
I had a drum roll out with plate.
All right. There we go. Yep, $35.95. So Cobra Grips definitely
10 buck difference.
20.
The 20 was it 20? I thought
mine was $54.95.
54. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I
so
I'm sitting right here.
$20 difference between Versatigrips and Cobra Grips. So I mean, if you're just going solely based on price, you have to give it to the Cobra Grips for 20 bucks cheaper. But if you can find these cheaper, I don't know.
That makes it a toss. That's what we had this discussion.
Yes.
We did have this discussion. If you had both of them at the same price, which one would you go with?
Yes. So, I mean, just solely based on price, availability right now, I think Cobra Grips wins this category. Because these are not worth the extra $20 you're paying, in my opinion. Like I said, the only reason I bought these was because they were half off. So, I like them. Nonetheless, I would not trade them for anything. I love my Versagrips. I almost said Cobra Grips, but
hey, you're just saying what I was thinking.
If they were the same price, which ones would you buy?
That's the question.
And
like he said, he loves his Versagrips. I love my Cobra Grips. So our answer stands that I will buy my Cobras and he will buy the Versagrips.
Correct.
But we have, for the reasons that we highlighted here, one of the big things for me the Cobra Grips have is that extra support around the wrist. I love that. Yep. I love the bulkiness of it. I like that. But for some people,
I love that feature, but I don't want to trade the tackiness of this grip right here.
And let's be quite frank, simplicity. I mean, it's just a little simpler.
That's true. It's not as bulky on your wrist. I would agree with that.
So that can matter to some people. But just for the simple fact that those are almost $60 and
yeah,
these are $40. That's another point for Cobra Grips. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to you. We gave you our opinions on 5 different categories we thought were a good cross section of what people would be looking at when they buy these, right?
Correct.
So you can take our information and, hopefully this review was helpful.
You can take our information and shove it. That's what I felt like he was about to say.
You can take it with a grain of salt. I mean, you can laugh at us and say they don't know what they're talking about, but we have quite a bit of experience with both of these. So take it or leave it. That's our opinion on these. At the end of the day, it comes down to what you want to spend your money on, your hard-earned money, whatever job you do.
All right.
Which you want to spend your money on. So do you want the more comfortability? Is that a word?
We're going to make it one.
All right. Comfortability of the Cobra Grips. I mean, Cobra Grips pretty much won this review.
It did. It did based on the categories that we picked.
I think the only one that I don't think the Versagrips won a category, did they?
They got the cat eye. And they did. They won the functionability. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got the cat eye out there.
So it was what, 4 to 2?
Yeah.
4-2 Cobra Grips. So I mean, clearly the winner is the Cobra Grips.
Yeah.
But whatever you want to spend your money on.
Yeah, it's their preference. One thing that we can't speak on is personal preference.
Right. You should just buy both and try them out and see which one you like.
Take it back.
Or do like we did and have one friend buy the Versagrips and one friend buy the Cobra Grips.
This is one of the best purchases I made as far as gym accessories go.
Yep.
One of the best purchases I made. I wasn't even thinking about it until he walked in with the Versagrips. So,
yep.
I'd say it's worth the money. I would say buy one of these straps over any regular strap any day of the week.
I would say
10 extra bucks. What you get? Some.
I mean, you can buy cotton lifting straps for like $10 a piece. It's probably cheaper than that. But those aren't gonna. I mean, they last a long time, but functionability, they don't have the possibility of being used in any other way besides lifting straps.
And that's it.
Whereas these, if you forgot your wrist wraps or whatever,
it just became light day on chest day. That's it.
It could possibly work for that.
It's a light day. That's what it. But definitely, they save time. They make it effortless. I hate wrapping a strap around the bar.
That's enough. We didn't cover that.
What's that?
The other thing, it's a lot easier. Like when you have one strap tightened up on the bar, it is almost impossible to get the other hand as tight as that first hand.
Instagram that.
Did
Instagram that. Yeah, you said truly
is
a skill.
I did. Yeah. I'll have to throw a picture of that Instagram post up. But these really take that out of the equation because you can put one hand on and then the other hand on, or you can put them on at the same time. And no matter where you put them, it's always going to be...
It doesn't take long to do that, people.
Right. It's going to be the same tightness on your hand, on your wrist.
So I was going to say, at the end of the day, with all that being said, you guys just got to make a decision.
Yep. You got to pull the trigger on whichever one you want. Take our information, use it. We gave our best knowledge on these products to help you make a decision. At the end of the day, you got to make your decision for you, which one you want to buy.
All right.
So this is Guns and Gains. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, Please subscribe so you never miss an upload. Checking yourself out there.
Always checking myself out.
So if you have any questions on either of these grips, we'd be happy to answer them. Leave a comment down below. We'll get to them. So once again, this is Guns and Gains. Mike,
Rico,
thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
take it easy.